Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is me, Joe Singleton here, better known as Comic Book Hub, and today I'm going to be doing my first review of Ultimate Marvel. Now, I'm not doing Ultimate Marvel 616, but I will make a brief, short review of it. See, Ultimate Marvel was Marvel's way of trying to reboot all the popular characters to make it be fresh and new to get into it. But what made that comic book end is because of, well, got too convoluted. I'll just say, out of all those books, Spider-Man was the only good thing to read out of it. The older Marvel Avengers were just dicks because it was written by Mark I think Frank Miller. He's in around his tombstone. The Fantastic Four. The only thing we got is the Maker, who I will talk about in this review. And Ultimate Spider-Man, we got both a cool Peter Parker and also Miles Morales. It ended back in 2013 during Secret Wars. Plus, Miles Morales got moved to the main 616 universe, and also the Maker. And a lot of people always forget this. Wolverine had a son called John. Uh huh. Excuse me. Sorry about that. John Huston, like Wolverine's real name. They always forget this because he wasn't that important to most people. So Anyway, let me get on to the review. I'm reviewing Ultimate Marvel 6160. The story is about the creator making his own new universe. He found another 6110 universe and he kind of reworked it so it'd be his own image. He has Sunspot, Colossus, Magic, Hulk, because in the original Ultimate Universe he did got Hulk sometimes. And also Tony Stark's father, who was still alive, who was going as Iron Man at the time. Then later on, after he captured the version of himself who he turned into Doom. And let me tell you how he turned him into Doom. It was horrible. He he messed up the flight that caused them to get their powers by actually messing with the calculation. Killed Johnny from the rocket from fire. Sue Storm give her cancer. Thing caused suicide. Send Reed into prison, broke him out, age him up, removed piece of his brain to make him be intelligent, messed up his face. It was awful, and all this because of Reed told he told the maker asked Reed, "Would you have a chance to erase me? Would you?" He said, "Yes." I remember that by torturing another Reed and turn him into Doom. That's how petty and messed up the maker is. The Maker is pretty much just an evil version of Reed, who is so messed up to the point that it's amazing how he's even a human being. He's like a cold scientist. Like how most people say, "Oh, Reed is a cold scientist." No, the Maker proves that he's like Reed, cold scientist. Have you seen me? I did this to a version of myself. But the point of the matter is, after that, Stark's father tried to escape with Doom. Doom finally got out, but Tony Stark's father stayed behind, and we never saw. There was also like he was getting attacked by King the Conqueror, who I bet King would most likely be Reed. I think Reed will become King the Conqueror in this universe, something like that, or even that version of Doom. But most likely it's gonna be Reed. Okay, next up will be the titles. There's the Ultimates, better known as the Avengers, Spider-Man, Black Panther, X-Men, and they did Wolverine. The best ones were the Avengers, Spider-Man, and Black Panther and Wolverine. The reason why I'll say that, the Avengers story is about them trying to bring the superheroes to this timeline. Spider-Man was the only one that worked because Tony Stark did a memory box thing, an origin box. The origin box made these people get to choose to become heroes. It's hinted that with Ant-Man and Wasp, they saw what they could have became in the previous time, the main 616 universe. Even Peter, and let me tell you, I like Peter in this one. He got a happy life. He's married to Mary Jane, got two kids. Uncle Ben's alive. Aunt May died during a event with the Ultimates, but still, he chooses to be Spider-Man. It shows the reason I like this because it shows you that no matter which universe you got, if Peter didn't become Spider-Man, he chooses to be Spider-Man because it's a choice to him. A lot of people say this that heroes were born. No, some heroes may be born, but they can choose to be heroes. Like villains, not every villain was born. They can choose to be a villain or a hero. Peter Parker choose to be a choose to be a hero. Now you're probably gonna say, oh, he's like what, like a young adult becoming Spider-Man? No, he's like 35. He's 35. He's not experienced. He's not that experienced. And I'll just say how many of these books round up to. Like Peter's, the Ultimate Spider-Man round up to 24 because it's gonna end, I think, in next month in February. The Ultimates ended with 24. Black Panther ended like last week, well, like 2 weeks ago, and Wolverine's about to wrap up. Even the Ultimate X-Men, which I put down as the worst. The reason I didn't like the Ultimate X-Men, which I will go into in a future video, on why Ultimate Marvel fell, is they focus on the mostly Asian characters. Not that I'm racist, not that I'm racist. I mean, like, it focused on like Armor, May Storm, who was like the Asian version of Storm, which she was based off, I think, a fan art of if Storm had a sidekick, which I kind of like. Uh, Nico, and I think Gert from the Runaways, and a female version of Cyclops. Cyclops do exist. He just became a Sentinel. Half the X Men in Wolverine's run, most of the X Men were murdered, like bees. Uh, Abaddon Bren, Magneto, Legion, Iceman, Kitty, who were stayed in Gambit. I wouldn't be shocked Rogue would kill in the first issue. Wolverine killed both Mystique and Nightcrawler. The only ones who were left were just him and Jean Grey. And you're probably gonna ask what happened to Professor X. He became a brain in a jar. That's how messed up this Ultimate Universe did. And Colossus became a villain. If let me just say this: if you remember that time back in Krakoa, or if some of you who read that era when he was brainwashed by his brother to become a villain, it was like that. And even in the original Ultimate Universe, he was somewhat part of the Russian mob. It's kind of that too. Same with the Magic. She seemed like she had her similar origin, became a villain. And yeah, it ends with Endgame, and it's hinted at Marvel's going to do an Ultimate Reborn by moving some of those origin bars will move to the 616 to do a soft reboot, something like that. Everybody has some positives. I say this Ultimate Universe was good. It started out good, but I hated it ended too soon. And I do have an idea for an Ultimate reboot for Minds, but I'll just wait for that for another video. Anyway, this will be my first ever video for this channel. So my second one was actually my just welcome you to this new channel. Anyway, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, hit the bell to get notified for new videos. I am Joe Singleton, better known as Comic Book Hub, signing out. Peace.